Hi, everybody. Welcome to M12's Box Breaks. Today is Sunday. It is February 16th, 2025. It's 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And today we were opening up a very heavy box, vintage box, 30, I can't do my math here. 34 years old? Yeah, 34 years old box of 1991 Donruss Series 1 baseball. Tons of cards in here. I believe there's 540 cards. That doesn't even count all the puzzle pieces in that. And this is, some of you already know, this was the very first product that ever came out with serial numbered inserts. In fact, Series 2, which we'll be listing probably in another week or so, it was the very first product that ever came out with autograph cards that you could pull. So anyways, that's what we're opening today. And we would like to congratulate Space Warp 4, who won our Super Bonus card with the most teams won of 22 teams. Those of you new to our breaks. Each and every one of our breaks, doesn't matter what sport. All they got to do is win more teams than anyone else. Just don't be tied with anybody. Then you automatically win a serial number 1 or very last serial number insert cards. Those are going to be an autograph or the card or a combination of both. And because Space Warp 4 won more teams than anyone else, we'll be taking this jumbo game used bat of Hall of Fame. I think pretty sure he's Hall of Fame. Roberto Alomar. Looks like he's in his Toronto Blue Jays jersey there. He played for several different teams. As you can see, they only made 40 of these. And of course, this is number 1 of 40, and it doesn't want to focus. Well, what's up with that? Anyways, it's a little hard to see, but it is 1 of 40. Now you just need the other 39. You get the complete set. So anyways, again, if you're new to our breaks, we give these things out at random. This is what we pulled today. So congratulations on that. Excuse me. Okay, right now I'll let everyone know who gets what in today's break. And we're going to start with Space Ward 4. Receives all cards pulled: the Boston Red Sox, Baltimore Orioles, the Detroit Tigers, Atlanta Braves, New York Yankees, Cincinnati Reds, Houston Astros, Texas Rangers, Oakland A's, the California Angels, Kansas City Royals, Milwaukee Brewers, Montreal Expos, Pittsburgh Pirates, New York Mets, Chicago Cubs, Los Angeles Dodgers, excuse me, San Diego Padres, San Francisco Giants, Minnesota Twins, Chicago White Sox, and the Toronto Blue Jays. And Suk Sig, 1981, we saw cards pulled the Seattle Mariners. Griff Josh, we saw cards pulled the Philadelphia Phillies. Johan James, we saw cards pulled of the St. Louis Cardinals. And we had one team go unsold, and that was the Cleveland Indians. Okay, that is everybody. Let's find my knife here. There we go. Okay, here is our box. Like I said, this is probably the heaviest box we ever opened because they're just packed with cards here. And of course, that means this is one of the longest breaks that we do too. Because again, if you're new to our breaks, we show every single card, mention every single name, unless I got a sore throat. That's the only time we don't do it. But it's rare if I have a sore throat. My throat may sound awful at times, but it's not sore. So I'll go if I can. Anyways, it seems okay right now. So here, there, kind of hard to hold that and take everything off at the same time. Okay, first we'll show you the packs. There's all of our packs. Hopefully we got some serial numbered inserts here. First one I ever pulled was George Brett's Elite Series card, and at the time it was booking for 120 bucks. I don't know what it's going for now. I know some have gone up, some have gone down. I'm trying to take a quarter of the box here. I grabbed all but 1 or 2 packs. Let's see. These are in here pretty tight. Okay. There was 1 pack. So here is 1/4 of the box. We'll open that last. Here is another 1/4 of the box. We'll open that second from last. Then, of course, we got the 3rd quarter. We'll open that. What, second from last? Or I lost track where I was at. Anyways, and here's the other 1/4, and there is our empty box. So, good luck, everybody. Let's get this break underway. Also, in case you're wondering, we do not have any breaks to end tonight, but tomorrow we do have a break of 2022 Chronicles baseball. I know someone was asking in yesterday's break, wanted Jarren Duran rookie cards, and there are just a bunch of Jarren Duran rookie cards. Of course, he was the All-Star MVP last season. So I don't know if he's watching today or not, but if he is, they are plenty normally. Like I said, hopefully I didn't just jinx myself. Okay, every single pack has a puzzle piece in it. Sometimes there's a little bit of wrapper stuck to it. I'm not going to take that off now. It's kind of time consuming. Do I know Marvelous Marvin? I'm thinking of Marvin the Martian. I just heard this somewhere. I don't know if it was on TV or the radio or what. Tell me about Marvelous Marvin. See if I got it right or maybe I'm way off. Okay, first card is going to be Dave Henderson of the Oakland A's. Then we have Tim Leyritz of the New York Yankees, Mike Sikosa of the Los Angeles Dodgers, Jeff Blauser of the Atlanta Braves, Mike, excuse me, Lavier of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Our first Diamond Kings is of Ramon Martinez of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Excuse me. Then we got Greg Briley of the Seattle Mariners, Keith Miller of the New York Mets. Then we have Hal Morris of the Cincinnati Reds, Dave Valley of the Seattle Mariners, a Diamond Kings card of Rafael Palmeiro from the Texas Rangers. Then we got Chris Sable of the Cincinnati Reds, Scott Rudinski of the Chicago White Sox. Then we have Milt Thompson of the St. Louis Cardinals and Hall of Famer Alan Trammell of the Detroit Tigers. PD, was he a Michigan police officer? The name does not sound familiar, unfortunately. There's actually some officers that know me that I'm not aware of. So it's, that's possible too. But then again, don't forget, I had a traumatic brain injury back in 2019. My memory for the most part's there, but sometimes I'll forget some stuff that's fairly easy. Like I actually forgot how to get to my sister-in-law's house. We were going there for, I think, Thanksgiving. It's like, how do you forget that? I knew exactly where we were going until we got into the subdivision, and then all of a sudden my brain just shut off. I had no idea where to go, and then we went there. And I've been there 100 times before, more than 100 times. So, yeah, sometimes it just creeps up on me out of nowhere. He's 80. I don't know. Well, I don't think I'm going to make 80, but yeah, I went to the Detroit Police Academy, unless he was, one of the instructors there. But yeah, I'm sorry, I can't picture who he is. Then we got Bob Patterson of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Are you related to him? Do you know him at all? Then we have a Diamond Kings card of Ramon Martinez of the LA Dodgers, Greg Briley of the Seattle Mariners, Keith Miller of the New York Mets, Hal Morris of the Cincinnati Reds, Dave Valley of the Seattle Mariners, a Diamond Kings card, Rafael Palmeiro, Texas Rangers. It's kind of weird. We're getting duplicates in the first two packs. And you saw it came right out of the box, not like we mixed them up. So that's kind of rare. But anyways, Chris Sable of the Cincinnati Reds. Then we got Ron Karkovice of the Chicago White Sox, Vern Smith of the St. Louis Cardinals, Chris James of the Cleveland Indians. Our first checklist card. We're going to have with a few of these by the end of the day. These go out at random. We'll make sure everyone gets one before our first person gets two. Our first rated rookie is Mickey Morandini of the Philadelphia Phillies. Then we have Andre Dawson of the Chicago Cubs and Keith Comstock of the Seattle Mariners. Oh, he was your dad? Or father-in-law? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know him. But if he's got a name like Marvelous Marvin, he must have been pretty popular. Yeah, I was Deadhead Greg. No, that I didn't have that. I did crash a police car once, and they called me Crash for a while. Then someone else crashed a police car. Then they took that off for me. So, but No, that's pretty cool. Um, Next we got R.J. Reynolds of the Pittsburgh Pirates. I mean, I'm handicapped now, but if I could go to the Detroit Police Department and I could check out all the photos of the retired officers. I could probably find them there. Next, we got Rudy Sinez of the Cleveland Indians, Cal Ripken Jr. of the Baltimore Orioles, Juan Berenguer of the Minnesota Twins, red rookie card Phil Plantier of the Boston Red Sox. Our next checklist card. Then we have Tom Gordon of the Kansas City Royals, Lance Parrish of the California Angels, Frank DePino of the St. Louis Cardinals, Mel Stoudemire of the Kansas City Royals, Devon White of the California Angels, Walt Weiss of the Oakland A's, Don Mattingly of the New York Yankees. Then we have Letty Harris of the Los Angeles Dodgers and Jeff Blauser of the Atlanta Braves. Next, we got Jeff Robinson of the Detroit Tigers, Dennis Lamp of the Boston Red Sox. But Tim, it's strange because I did hear the word Marvelous Marvin. I think just within the last week, but I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention, and I have no idea if they were talking about your father-in-law or someone else. Again, I'm thinking of Marvin the Martian cartoon guy. Um, yeah, obviously I was wrong. Next, we got Tom Hankey, Toronto Blue Jays, Kent Herbeck of the Minnesota Twins. Oh, that felt like two cards because it is two cards. Okay, the card behind it is Dave Smith hiding out from the Houston Astros. Then I got Willie Randolph of the Oakland A's, Steve Lake of the Philadelphia Phillies, the late Steve Olin of the Cleveland Indians. I think he was killed during a spring training. Then we have another checklist card. Checklists are piling up, and we're not that far into it yet. Next, I got Dave Martinez of the Montreal Expos, Andre Dawson of the Chicago Cubs, Steve Elin of the New York Yankees. Then we got Spike Owen of the Montreal Expos, Paul Essmaker of the Chicago Cubs, and red rookie card Terry Bross from the New York Mets. Hey, Tim, I got a question for you. Since you have 22 teams, would you like me to sort your teams individually by team, or I could sort the teams of the other team owners, and then all the other cards would be yours, and I can just put them in together at random? In the chat here, just let me know what you want. If you want me to do them individually, that's fine. I got no problem with that. Next, we got Mike Blowers of the New York Yankees. Red rookie card, Julio Valera of the New York Mets. A Diamond Kings card of Edgar Martinez of the Seattle Mariners. Then we have Stan Javier of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Tom Glavine of the Atlanta Braves. Greg Littleton of the, or not Littleton, it's Litton of the San Francisco Giants. Dickie Thon of the Philadelphia Phillies. A Diamond Kings card, Dave Stieb of the Toronto Blue Jays. Manny Lee of the Toronto Blue Jays. Mark Hudson of the Milwaukee Brewers. Then we have Eric Anthony of the Houston Astros. Brooke Jacoby of the Cleveland Indians. Tim Jones of the St. Louis Cardinals. Highlights card of Nolan Ryan when he no-hit the A's for the Texas Rangers. And Bill Landrum of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Okay, next we have a Diamond Kings card of Cecil Fielder of the Detroit Tigers. Then we have Ron Dibble of the Cincinnati Reds. Molindo Perez of the Chicago White Sox. Jose Lynn of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Tony Phillips of the Detroit Tigers. Then we have, whoop, sorry, I lost him. Got him back. Just dropped Wade Boggs there. He only went a few inches. No damage to the corners there. Anyways, of the Boston Red Sox. Okay, so Tim, you're okay with me doing theirs and then yours instead of doing them each by team? Just put them all in together at random. If you're okay with that, hey, you saved me a lot of time, especially with my bad eyeball. But like I said, I'd do it the other way too if you want. I'll leave it up to you. But yeah, if you're okay with that, that'd be great. Next, we got Sandy Alomar of the Cleveland Indians. In fact, he is the brother of Roberto Alomar, the game worn, or the game worn. You don't want to wear a bat because then you're messed up. A game used bat insert card we gave away as a bonus. Dave Johnson's next from the Baltimore Orioles. Julio Franco of the Texas Rangers. All right, Tim, sounds good. Thanks, buddy. Glad I asked you. Normally, I don't ask. It takes me a long time to do it. I mean, but hey, that's what breaks are about. But yeah, as long as you don't mind, I appreciate it. Thanks, bud. Next, we got Paul Molitor of the Milwaukee Brewers. Ivan Calderon of the Chicago White Sox. Steve Bozerin of the San Francisco Giants. John Franco of the Minnesota Twins. I'm sorry, he's with the New York Mets. Don't know where I got the Twins from. Then we got Wayne Edwards of the Chicago White Sox. And Matt Noakes of the New York Yankees. So spring training started last Wednesday for the pitchers and the catchers. I assume that's pretty much the same for most of the Major League Baseball teams. I'm not sure what day the rest of the team, the position players, start. It could be tomorrow. I really don't know. It could be today. Next, we got Kevin Seitzer, Kansas City Royals. Mark Langston of the California Angels. Then we have Bip Roberts of the San Diego Padres. Mike McFarland of the Kansas City Royals. Mark Eichhorn of the California Angels. Mike Gallego of the Oakland A's. Randy Bush of the Minnesota Twins. Oral Hershiser of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Jim Presley of the Atlanta Braves. Then we have Mark Guthrie of the Minnesota Twins. A Diamond Kings card of Lenny Dykstra of the Philadelphia Phillies. Then we have Ed Whitson of the San Diego Padres. Greg Jeffries of the New York Mets. Billy Hatcher of the Cincinnati Reds. And Jeff Russell of the Texas Rangers. I think I mentioned before in previous breaks, these wrappers I'm pulling off, there's a contest thing inside every single one, and some are for free packs. You just mail them in. Of course, they're expired now, but that was half the fun, opening these packs and seeing if you got some more free packs. Next, we got Mark McGuire of the Oakland A's, Mitch Webster of the Cleveland Indians, Jody Reed of the Boston Red Sox, Andres Galarraga of the Montreal Expos, Joe Girardi of the Chicago Cubs. This feels like two cards, but it's only one. Nope, it is two. Okay. Then we have Scott Bankhead of the Seattle Mariners, Marquise Grissom of the Montreal Expos, Mitch Williams of the Chicago Cubs, Ray rookie card Hensley Mullins of the New York Yankees. Then we have Don Carmen of the Philadelphia Phillies, Carlos Baerga of the Cleveland Indians, Billy Ripken of the Baltimore Orioles. Of course, that's Cal Ripken's younger brother. Then we have Pat Combs of the Philadelphia Phillies, red rookie card Moses Alou of the Montreal Expos, and Diamond Kings card Barry Bonds of the of the Pittsburgh Pirates. In fact, I didn't realize he was one of the coaches in the NBA All-Star game for the Futures Rising Stars game. So I haven't seen him in the public eye in a long time. I don't know if he's trying to be quiet or what, but I saw him. What, it was yesterday? I think it was yesterday or Friday. I can't remember now. Next, we got a Diamond Kings card of Dave Magadan of the New York Mets. Another Diamond Kings card of Greg Olson from the Baltimore Orioles. Todd Stottlemyre of the Toronto Blue Jays. Ray rookie card, Dave Hansen of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Eric Yielding of the Houston Astros. Joel Skinner of the Cleveland Indians. Highlights card, Carlton Fisk of the Chicago White Sox. Highlights card, Cecil Fielder, Detroit Tigers. Back then, he hit 51 home runs, so he was part of the 50 home run club. Of course, now it seems like they do that every year. But back then, I guess, I don't know, maybe the balls weren't juiced. I don't know. Next, we got Bob Tewksbury of the St. Louis Cardinals. Chet Lemon of the Detroit Tigers. He was one of my favorite Tigers. We traded my favorite Tiger, Steve Kemp. You guys may not even heard of him unless you live around here. He was a home run slugger for the Tigers, and I just started following the Tigers in 1980, and I loved him. And then we traded him for Chet Lemon. It's like, who's Chet Lemon? But Chet Lemon turned out to be far greater player. I mean, I still like Steve Kemp, but Chet Lemon, man, he was something if you could see him play. Next, we got Greg Harris of the Boston Red Sox. Kelly Gruber of the Toronto Blue Jays. Then we have an all-star card of Wade Boggs of the Boston Red Sox. And Mike Moore of the Oakland A's. Okay, we are exactly we're not halfway done. We're 1/4 done with today's break, which means I got to move a ton of cards here. I say, Tim, your package is going to be really heavy. By the way, Tim, you still see your father-in-law? I mean, I don't know if you guys live close to each other or not. Here's the second quarter. If you do see him, you could tell him about me. I don't know if you have it or not, but like I said, I wasn't a Detroit police officer, but I was at their police academy. I was class 88C. He could always look it up if he still lives in the Detroit area. I don't know if he wants to go to the police department or not, but they probably have our photo of all the people from our graduation class. Excuse me. Anyways, if you do see him, tell him I said thanks for his service, and I wish I could have met him in person. But I think that's pretty cool. Next, we got Jeff Brantley of the San Francisco Giants. Daryl Boston of the New York Mets. Dan Pasqua of the Chicago White Sox. Mike Witt of the New York Yankees. Harold Reynolds of the Seattle Mariners. Rated rookie card, Julio Valera of the New York Mets. Greg Caderet of the New York Yankees. Then we have Stan Javier of the Los Angeles Dodgers. All-star card of Bob Welch from the Oakland A's. Scott Garrett of the San Francisco Giants. Ken Howell of the Philadelphia Phillies. Jim Abbott of the California Angels. In fact, some of you might be too young to know, he only had one hand. He was born with one hand. Where his mitt is, there is no hand. But this guy, if you didn't know that, you'd never know it. I mean, that guy could field his position like no other. Next, we got Bip Roberts of the San Diego Padres. Brett Saberhagen of the Kansas City Royals. And then we have Brian Harvey of the California Angels. So tomorrow night we have the Chronicles baseball box. Lots of big name rookies, not just Jaron Duran. Probably the top rookie would be Bobby Witt Jr. He's shown the most promise in the majors. And I think he just won the batting title last season. But there's a lot of other huge ones too. Julio Rodriguez of the Mariners. In fact, we pulled, I think, 7 or 8 of his rookies, all different, because there's at least 25 or more different products all in the one box. So you can have 25 rookie cards of someone, and they could all be different. So that's always something to look out for too. Next, got all-star card Cal Ripken of the Baltimore Orioles. Craig Worthingham of the Baltimore Orioles. Gino Petralli of the Texas Rangers. Dave Magadan of the New York Mets. Then we have Lance Johnson of the Chicago White Sox. Gary Carter. Oh, hang on. There's two cards again. There's Gary Carter of the San Francisco Giants. Diamond Kings card, Pedro Guerrero of the St. Louis Cardinals. Eric King of the Chicago White Sox. Bob Guerin of the New York Yankees. Omar Vizquel of the Seattle Mariners. Red rookie card, Bernard Gilkey of the St. Louis Cardinals. Then we have Chuck Carey of the New York Yankees. Tim Cruz of Los Angeles Dodgers. Kent Merker of the Atlanta Braves. And Brett Butler of the San Francisco Giants. Okay, yeah, I didn't know if he lived by you or not. So, you mind me asking what city in Michigan he lives in? If you don't want to tell me over the chat and that's fine. Or you could always send me a message through eBay. Just curious if we're neighbors or not. We could be. I mean, if he lives in Detroit, we are 5 miles from 8 Mile, which is the border. Of course, you guys that know Eminem, that was the divider between Detroit and the next city. And there's only just one city in between us from Detroit. Next, we got Jim Leyritz of the New York Yankees. Mike Sikosa of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Then we have Jeff Blauser. Oh, two cards again. Jeff Blauser of the Atlanta Braves. Jeff King of the Pittsburgh Pirates. A Diamond Kings card of Roberto Alomar, San Diego Padres. That was the guy. We gave away his game used bat today. But I think he was in a Blue Jays uniform there. Next, we got Greg Harris of the San Diego Padres. Bob Boone of the Kansas City Royals. Then we have Glenn Braggs of the Cincinnati Reds. Charlie Hull of the Texas Rangers. Tim Tufo of the New York Mets. Scott Scudder of the Cincinnati Reds. Carlton Fisk of the Chicago White Sox. Milt Thompson of the St. Louis Cardinals. Alan Trammell of the Detroit Tigers. And Luis Rivera of the Boston Red Sox. Okay, next we have Larry Walker of the Montreal Expos. Len Lancaster of the Chicago Cubs. Sterling Heights. Wow, we're neighbors. Actually, Sterling Heights is just on the other side of 14 Mile. I live at 13 Mile, so Sterling Heights is just 1 mile away from my house. So yeah, in fact, my wife went to high school in Sterling Heights, so that's pretty cool. In fact, I have a buddy that works Sterling Heights PD. In fact, I was actually a Sterling Heights police officer for one day. They had one of their officers was killed, and the officers all were going to their funeral, and they end up having officers from other departments come there and take care of the city during the funeral. And I teamed up with a Macomb County sheriff's officer. So wow, yeah, it's a small world. Next we got red rookie card Mark Lewis of the Cleveland Indians. Don Slott of the Pittsburgh Pirates. We always used to make fun of his name, Don Slott. You know why. Next we got John Farrell of the Cleveland Indians. Cal Ripken of the Baltimore Orioles. Then we have Dan Gladden of the Minnesota Twins. Red rookie card, Phil Plantier, the Boston Red Sox. Diamond Kings card, Craig Biggio of the Houston Astros. Bill Sampson of the Montreal Expos. Jack Howell, California Angels. Mike Pagliaro of the San Diego Padres. Steve Farr of the Kansas City Royals. Dick Schofield of the California Angels. And Dave Stewart of the Oakland A's. In fact, my mother-in-law lived in Sterling Heights before she passed. My sister-in-law's family lives in Sterling Heights, and that's where we actually went for the Super Bowl party. Every year it's been here, but of course we were getting ahead of ourselves. We were thinking it looked pretty good that the Lions might be there, so they wanted to invite even more people. So we decided to have it there. Of course, then the Lions got knocked out, but we kept it there anyways. But it's a good time. The game wasn't that great. I mean, it was kind of a blowout, but I mean, it was great for the Philly fans. Next, we got Dennis Eckersley of the Oakland A's, Randy Bush of the Minnesota Twins, Oral Hershiser of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Then we have Jim Presley. 2 cards? Nope, that's a 1 card. Jim Presley of the Atlanta Braves, Mark Guthrie of the Minnesota Twins, Greg Olson of the Atlanta Braves, Al Newman of the Minnesota Twins, Franklin Stubbs of the Houston Astros, Willie Randolph of the Oakland A's, Von Hayes of the Philadelphia Phillies, Steve Olin of the Cleveland Indians, and finally we got another checklist. We got all those near the beginning. It's been a while since we had one. Next, we got a red rookie card of Mickey Morandini of the Philadelphia Phillies, Sean Bosky of the Chicago Cubs, and Randy Johnson of the Seattle Mariners. Yeah, we have a big Philadelphia Eagles fan in today's break, and I already congratulated him on that. I know he wanted his Eagles in the Super Bowl. I wanted my Lions in the Super Bowl. Of course, years ago, I didn't think there was any way my Lions would even make a playoff game before I died. And then it's like 2 years in a row. They actually got a good team, but injuries killed them. They everyone on defense. I think at one time we had 13 to 16 players on defense, all injured and out of the game. So you're playing with all your backups. Our backups did pretty good, but they're not quite as good as the starters. Next, we got Jack McDowell of the Chicago White Sox, Kevin McReynolds of the New York Mets. Then we have Eric Davis of the Cincinnati Reds, Kevin Brown of the Texas Rangers, a Diamond Kings card of Ryan Sandberg of the Chicago Cubs. Then we have Danny Jackson of the Cincinnati Reds, Scott Fletcher of the Chicago White Sox, Lee Smith of the St. Louis Cardinals, Tony Phillips of the Detroit Tigers, Wade Boggs of the Boston Red Sox, All-Star card Sandy Alomar of the Cleveland Indians. Then we have a Diamond Kings card, Matt Williams of the San Francisco Giants, Jeff Hewson of the Texas Rangers, Edgar Diaz of the Milwaukee Brewers, and Bobby Thigpen of the Chicago White Sox. Okay, next we have a Diamond Kings card, Ryan Sandberg of the Chicago Cubs, Kevin Reamer of the Texas Rangers. Then we have Ron Dibble, 2 cards here though. There's Ron Dibble of the Cincinnati Reds. Behind him was Scott Fletcher of the Chicago White Sox, Lee Smith of the St. Louis Cardinals, Juan Samuel of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Then we have Kevin Romine from the Boston Red Sox, a Diamond Kings card of Kurt Stillwell of the Kansas City Royals, Storm Davis of the Kansas City Royals. Yeah, that's 1 card. Every once in a while, it feels like 2. There's Jim Abbott of the California Angels. Then we have Bip Roberts. There are 2 cards this time, though. There's Bip Roberts of the San Diego Padres. Behind him, sneaky Hall of Famer George Brett of the Kansas City Royals. Then we have Mark Eichhorn of the California Angels, Dennis Eckersley of the Oakland A's, and Steve Sachs of the New York Yankees. Okay, looks like we just got 2 packs to go, and then we'll be halfway done with today's break. I already got dry mouth from saying all these names, and we're not even halfway done. but at least I'm not losing my voice like I have in the past. So that's not too bad. Okay, first card of this pack is Deion James of the Cleveland Indians, Mark Williamson of the Baltimore Orioles, Dickie Thon of the Philadelphia Phillies, Dave Stieb, Diamond Kings card for the Toronto Blue Jays. Then we have Junior Felix of the Toronto Blue Jays, Terry Kennedy of the San Francisco Giants, John Franco of the New York Mets, Dan Pasqua of the Chicago White Sox, a Diamond Kings card, Chuck Finley from the California Angels. Then we have Harold Reynolds of the Seattle Mariners. Red rookie card, Julio Valera of the New York Mets. Greg Cat, excuse me, got the hiccups now. Greg Cadrat of the New York Yankees. Hubie Brooks of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Scott Geraltz of the San Francisco Giants. And Diamond Kings card, Len Dykstra of the Philadelphia Phillies. Okay, we will be halfway done after this pack here. Okay, first card of this pack is going to be Ed Whitson of the San Diego Padres, Kevin Elster of the New York Mets, Billy Hatcher of the two cards there. There's Billy Hatcher of the Cincinnati Reds. And behind him is Hall of Famer Nolan Ryan of Texas Rangers. Diamond Kings card, Cecil Fielder of the Detroit Tigers. Danny Jackson of the Cincinnati Reds. I don't know why. It feels a lot of these feel like two cards. Next we got Alex Cole of the Cleveland Indians. Lee Smith of the St. Louis Cardinals. Tony Phillips of the Detroit Tigers. Red rookie card, Darren Fletcher of the Philadelphia Phillies. Then we have Deion James of the Cleveland Indians. Dave Johnson of the Baltimore Orioles. Bill Spears of the Milwaukee Brewers. And Ivan Calderon of the Chicago White Sox. Okay, we are exactly halfway done with today's break. Got to move some cards here. And here is the third quarter of today's break. Oh, by the way, if you guys are interested in NASCAR, then if you didn't know, today the Daytona 500 starts. In fact, they moved it up. I think it was supposed to be a 4 o'clock start. They're supposed to have really bad weather in Florida, so they moved it up to, I think, 1 o'clock. Anyways, in view of NASCAR season starting already, there we had the Xfinity race yesterday and the Truck Series, I think, Friday. Anyways, I did list a NASCAR break last night. There's only 8 slots available, and it's too hard to do it each individual driver's name. I know a lot of people do that, but then you got to sell all these spots. I make it easy. There's only 8 spots total. First spot, you get all the drivers with the last names that start with A, B, and C. It's that simple. And then spot 2 is all drivers' last names D, E, F. We go all the way through Z. So there's 12 30 card jumbo packs. We've been averaging usually 31 to 32 cards per pack. 20 cards are always base cards. 10 are supposed to be insert cards. But anytime we have an extra card or two, 31 or 11 or 12 extra, not extra cards, but anyways, anytime we have extra cards, they are insert cards. We've never had an extra base card. So you're talking probably 31 to 32 insert cards per pack, and there's 12 packs. So you're talking a ton of insert cards. So if you like insert cards, you might like that. And then, of course, there's a chance of memorabilia cards, autographed memorabilia cards. Next, we got Gene Nelson starting the second half from the Oakland A's. Then we have Greg Gagne of the Minnesota Twins. A Diamond Kings checklist. First time we pulled one of those today. And then we have a Diamond Kings card, Barry Bonds of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Then we have Terry Schumpert of the Kansas City Royals. Mark Langston of the California Angels. Bruce Hurst of the San Diego Padres. Then we have Mike McFarland, Kansas City Royals. Luis Polonia of the California Angels. Craig Grebeck of the Chicago White Sox. Steve Sachs of the New York Yankees. Oro Hershiser of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Mike Walker of the Cleveland Indians. Jay Bell of the Pittsburgh Pirates. And Diamond Kings card of Len Dykstra from the Philadelphia Phillies. Okay, first card this pack is going to be Jim Acker of the Toronto Blue Jays. Then we have Gene Larkin of the Minnesota Twins. Mark Portugal of the Houston Astros. Glenn Allen Hill of the Toronto Blue Jays. Charlie Hayes of the Philadelphia Phillies. Then we have Alex Fernandez of the Chicago White Sox. Jody Reed of the Boston Red Sox. Steve Frey from the Montreal Expos. Joe Girardi of the Chicago Cubs. Ken Griffey Jr. of the Seattle Mariners. Marquise Grissom, two cards here. Marquise Grissom of the Montreal Expos. Mike Bilecki of the Chicago Cubs. Rick Honeycutt of the Oakland A's. Bob Walk of the Pittsburgh Pirates. And Carlos Baerga of the Cleveland Indians. Okay, first card of this pack is going to be Tim Leary of the New York Yankees. Then we have Tim Cruz from the Los Angeles Dodgers. John Smoltz of the Atlanta Braves. Bobby Fig, two cards here. Robbie Thompson of the San Francisco Giants. Randy Reddy, looks like he's ready for the Philadelphia Phillies. Diamond Kings card of Greg Olson from the Baltimore Orioles. Jose Uribe of the San Francisco Giants. Robin Yount of the Milwaukee Brewers. Norm Carlton of the Cincinnati Reds. Joel Skinner of the Cleveland Indians. Highlights card, Carlton Fisk of the Chicago White Sox. Highlights card, Cecil Fielder of the Detroit Tigers. Todd Zeile of the St. Louis Cardinals. Chet Lemon of the Detroit Tigers. And Roger Clemens of the Boston Red Sox. I'm surprised we have not pulled Juan Gonzalez's rookie card yet for the Texas Rangers. Hopefully we can pull him before we're done. We're just a little over halfway done now. So we got plenty of time, and it'd be nice to pull an Elite Series or Legend Series serial number insert card here. Like I said, I guess I was very lucky back in '91. Like I said, I bought one or two boxes, and very first box I opened had the George Brett Elite Series insert in there. And then I fell in love with the Elite Series. In fact, for several years, I tried to get every single one, including the autographed ones. And I got quite a few of the autographed ones, too, including Cal Ripken Jr.'s. Next, we got Carlton Fisk of the Chicago White Sox. Milt Thompson of the St. Louis Cardinals. The late, great Dave Bergman from the Detroit Tigers. Luis Rivera of the Boston Red Sox. All-star card, Cal Ripken Jr. for the Baltimore Orioles. Bob Milacki, also from the Baltimore Orioles. Steve Buechele from the Texas Rangers. Then we have Dave Parker of the Milwaukee Brewers. He was a big guy. Lance Johnson of the Chicago White Sox. I complain, and here he is. There is two cards again. It is two cards again. Here is the rookie card of Juan Gonzalez of the Texas Rangers. Doesn't even say rated rookie on it, but it is his rookie card. So nice pull there. Congratulations on that. Then we got Dwight Gooden of the New York Mets, Willie Frazier of the California Angels, Bob Guerin of the New York Yankees, Omar Vizquel of the Seattle Mariners, and red rookie card of Scott Champerino of the Texas Rangers. Oh, maybe we can get another Juan Gonzalez rookie card. You know, he was a Tiger for just 1 year, but it's hard. Same thing with like Hideo Nomo. It's hard to find either one of them in a Tigers uniform when you look at older baseball cards. I met Hideo Nomo in person. They did a photo shoot at Tiger Stadium. Was it Comerica at that time? Tigers switched to Comerica in 2000. Anyways, my brother-in-law, we took our boys, and we got a bunch of photos from that. In fact, I actually got a foul ball. I think it was hit off of Dean Palmer. He hit it, so came out with a bunch of stuff. Next, we got Frank DiPino of the St. Louis Cardinals, Mel Stoudemire of the Kansas City Royals, Jeff Reardon. Oh, two cards again. There's Jeff Reardon of the Boston Red Sox. Then we have Dave Stewart of the Oakland A's, Jim Leyritz of the New York Yankees, Cal Daniels of the Los Angeles Dodgers, Jeff Blauser of the Atlanta Braves, Mike Lovario of the Pittsburgh Pirates, a Diamond Kings card of Delino DeShields of the Montreal Expos. Then we have Greg Briley of the Seattle Mariners, but there are two cards there. There's Greg. Behind him is Mackie Sasser of the New York Mets. Then we have Glenn Braggs of the Cincinnati Reds, Dave Valley of the Seattle Mariners, a Diamond Kings card of Rafael Palmeiro from the Texas Rangers, and Greg Maddux, Hall of Famer for the Chicago Cubs. And I've mentioned in the past, whenever you open up these vintage boxes, you already know who made it to the Hall of Fame and who didn't. So that's kind of a plus there. Nowadays, you just got to hope the rookies you got make it to the Hall of Fame. Okay, another checklist card there. Then we have Tim Burke of the Montreal Expos, Sean Bosky of the Chicago Cubs, Dave Ellen of the New York Yankees. Then we have Spike Owen of the Montreal Expos, Lonnie Smith of the Atlanta Braves, Ray rookie card Mark Lewis of the Cleveland Indians, Don Slott of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Colby Ward of the Cleveland Indians, Cal Ripken Jr. from the Baltimore Orioles, Kevin Topani of the Minnesota Twins, red rookie card Phil Plantier, another checklist card. Then we have Gerald Perry, Kansas City Royals, and Jack Howell of the California Angels. Okay, and I'm putting the checklist cards on the side here, but they're starting to slide on me, so I gotta move them out of the way. Okay, let's continue on. We got 3 more packs, and then we'll be 3/4 done with today's break. Okay, next we got Dan Plesac of the Milwaukee Brewers, Eric Anthony of the Houston Astros, Corey Snyder of the Cleveland Indians. Then we have Tim Jones of the St. Louis Cardinals, Highlights card of Ryan Sandberg of the Chicago Cubs. Diamond Kings card of Edgar Martinez of the Seattle Mariners. Then we have an all-star card of Sandy Alomar for the Cleveland Indians. Jeff Robinson of the Detroit Tigers. Chris Hoyles of the Baltimore Orioles. Dwayne Ward of the Toronto Blue Jays. Al Newman of the Minnesota Twins. Casey Candell of the Houston Astros. Willie Randolph of the Oakland A's. Daryl Akerfeld of the Philadelphia Phillies, and Steve Owen of the Cleveland Indians. If I can get this wrapper off, this wrapper doesn't want to come off. Maybe it's got an Elite Series card in here. Keep thinking that. Sooner or later it's going to happen. I got to put them somewhere, right? Okay, let's continue on. First card in this pack is going to be Kevin Reamer of the Texas Rangers. Then we have Edgar Diaz of the Milwaukee Brewers. Robin Ventura of the Chicago White Sox. Steve Bergeron of the San Francisco Giants. Sid Fernandez of the New York Mets. Wayne Edwards of the Chicago White Sox. Mike Witt of the New York Yankees. Mike Blowers of the New York Yankees. Red rookie card of Jose Offerman of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Stan Javier of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Then we have a all-star card of Bob Welch from the Oakland A's. Will Clark, San Francisco Giants. Then we have Ken Howell of the Philadelphia Phillies. Diamond Kings card, Roger Clemens of the Boston Red Sox. And Manny Lee of the Toronto Blue Jays. Okay, after this pack, we will be 3/4 done with today's break. First card this pack will be Jeff Blauser. Oh, but there's 2 cards. Or is there? Nope, there's 1 card. Okay. Jeff Blauser of the Atlanta Braves. Bob Patterson of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Deion James of the Cleveland Indians. Mark Williamson of the Baltimore Orioles. Jeff Houston of the Texas Rangers. Paul Molitor of the Milwaukee Brewers. Brian Harvey of the California Angels. Dennis Eckersley of the Oakland A's. Steve Sachs of the New York Yankees. Jack McDowell of the Chicago White Sox. Alan Trammell of the Detroit Tigers. Luis Rivera of the Boston Red Sox. Greg Cataract of the New York Yankees. And Hubie Brooks of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Okay, we are 3/4 done, which means I got to move another pile of cards here. And then we'll get to the last quarter of today's break. And here it is. Good luck, everybody. By the way, there is no mail delivery tomorrow, so I forgot all about that. And my wife is the one that reminded me. So these will not go out until Tuesday morning. Just want to let you guys know there will be a 1-day delay. Okay, first card last quarter is going to be Mitch Williams of the Chicago Cubs. Red rookie card, Kevin Morton of the Boston Red Sox. Don Carmen of the Philadelphia Phillies. Jerry Brown of the Cleveland Indians. Then we have Jeff Ballard of the Baltimore Orioles. Pat Combs of the Philadelphia Phillies. A red rookie card, Moises Alou of the Montreal Expos. Diamond Kings card, Kurt Stillwell of the Kansas City Royals. Then we have Storm Davis of the Kansas City Royals. Dante Bichette of the California Angels. Bip Roberts of the San Diego Padres, Brett Saberhagen, Kansas City Royals, Mark Eichhorn of the California Angels, and Randy Bush of the Minnesota Twins. Okay, next, excuse me, we have a highlights card of Mark McGwire of the Oakland A's. Then we have Bob Tewksbury of the St. Louis Cardinals, Mike Henneman of the Detroit Tigers, Greg Harris of the Boston Red Sox, Fred McGriff of the Toronto Blue Jays, All-Star card of Wade Boggs for the Boston Red Sox. Then we have Glenn Wilson of the Houston Astros, Carney Langsford of the Oakland A's, All-Star card Mark McGwire of the Oakland A's, Mitch Webster of the Cleveland Indians. Then we have Dana Kiker of the Boston Red Sox, Tom Foley of the Montreal Expos, Hector Valenzuela of the Chicago Cubs, Scott Bankhead of the Seattle Mariners, and Mike Fitzgerald of the Montreal Expos. Okay, next we have Eric King of the Chicago White Sox, Alan Mills of the New York Yankees, Pete O'Brien of the Seattle Mariners, red rookie card Derek May, Chicago Cubs, Chuck Terry of the New York Yankees, Tim Belcher of the Los Angeles Dodgers, Kent Merker of the Atlanta Braves, Kevin Mitchell of the San Francisco Giants, Diamond Kings card Dave Magadan of the New York Mets, Diamond Kings card of Bob Welch of the Oakland A's. Then we have a rare rookie card of Dave Hansen from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Eric Yielding of the Houston Astros, Sergio Valdez of the Cleveland Indians, and a highlights insert card of Randy Johnson of the Seattle Mariners for his no-hitter. Okay, next we have Hal Morris of the Cincinnati Reds, Kenny Rogers of the Texas Rangers, Tim Teufel of the New York Mets, Scott Scudder of the Cincinnati Reds. Then we have Scott Radinsky of the Chicago White Sox. Sorry, guys, got a little itch there. Next, we got Vern Smith of the St. Louis Cardinals, Mike Heath of the Detroit Tigers, Ray rookie card Leo Gomez of the Baltimore Orioles, All-Star card Steve Sachs of the New York Yankees, Craig Worthington of the Baltimore Orioles, Bobby Witt of the Texas Rangers. Is that Bobby Witt Jr.'s dad? It might be. I think it is. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. Next, we have Dave Magadan of the New York Mets, Sammy Sosa of the Chicago White Sox. Then we have Trevor Wilson of the San Francisco Giants. By the way, that Sosa card is his first-year card. His rookie was 1990. And then we have a Diamond Kings card of Pedro Guerrero of the St. Louis Cardinals. At the end of the break, if I remember, I will give a recap of the bonus card we gave away for simply owning the most cards. Most teams, not the most card. Well, it comes out to the most cards too, but so stay tuned for that in case you missed it. Next, we got a highlights card of Dave Stewart of the Oakland A's. Diamond Kings card of Dave Parker from the Milwaukee Brewers. Then we have Bill Sampson of the Montreal Expos, Lance Parrish of the California Angels, Gary Templeton of the San Diego Padres. Steve Farr of the Kansas City Royals. Dick Schofield of the California Angels. Dave Henderson of the Oakland A's. Don Mattingly of the New York Yankees. Lenny Harris of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Then we have Chris James of the Cleveland Indians. Another checklist card. Let's see. Then we have a Diamond Kings card of Roberto Alomar with the San Diego Padres. Tony Gwynn, also with the San Diego Padres. And Bob Boone of the Kansas City Royals. Okay, we are down. Oh, we went through this quarter pretty quick. Counting the pack I have in my hand, we got 3 packs to go. Like I said, if you guys are looking for Series 2 of 1991 Donruss, it's not listed yet, but probably, no guarantee, but probably within the next 2 weeks, I will probably be listing it. If not in the next 2 weeks, probably not too long after that. Next, we got Dave Smith of the Houston Astros, Don Paul of the Chicago White Sox. Then we have Mike Witt of the New York Yankees, Harold Reynolds of the Seattle Mariners, Mark Salas of the Detroit Tigers, Ray rookie card, Mickey Morandini. 2 cards there. He is with the Philadelphia Phillies. Then we have Andre Dawson of the Chicago Cubs, Keith Comstock of the Seattle Mariners, Larry Walker, I should say, of the Montreal Expos. But is there 2 cards? There's 2 cards. One tried to get sneak through us. The card behind him is Les Lancaster, Chicago Cubs. Then we have a Ray rookie card of Milt Kyler of the Detroit Tigers. R.J. Reynolds of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Then we have Rudy Sinez of the Cleveland Indians. Ken Caminiti of the Houston Astros. And Corey Snyder of the Cleveland Indians. Okay, first card of this pack will be Tommy Gregg of the Atlanta Braves. Then we have Scott Geraltz of the San Francisco Giants, Dickie Thon of the Philadelphia Phillies. Then we have a Diamond Kings card of Dave Stieb of the Toronto Blue Jays, Randy Myers of the Cincinnati Reds, Scott Fletcher of the Chicago White Sox, Lee Smith of the St. Louis Cardinals, Juan Samuel of the Los Angeles Dodgers, red rookie card Bernard Gilkey of the St. Louis Cardinals, highlights card Nolan Ryan and the Texas Rangers, Ozzie Smith of the St. Louis Cardinals. I think that's the first time we pulled him today. Paul Gibson of the Detroit Tigers, Rob Murphy of the Boston Red Sox. Excuse me. Oh, dropped another one. This is of Pat Borders of the Toronto Blue Jays. Again, you look at the corners there. It only fell a couple inches, so no damage there. Sorry about that, though. And then we have Ken Herbick of the Minnesota Twins. Okay, this is the last pack in today's break. After this, I believe we've gone through 540 cards. Okay, let's see. What do we got in the last pack here? We're going to start off with Mike Sharpenson of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Then we have Greg Olson of the Atlanta Braves. Mark Guthrie of the Minnesota Twins. Ray rookie card, Ray Langford of the St. Louis Cardinals. Gerald Clark. Okay, got 2 cards there. Gerald Clark of the San Diego Padres. Kevin McReynolds of the New York Mets. Then we have Mariano, excuse me, Mariano Duncan of the Cincinnati Reds. Jeff Russell of the Texas Rangers. Diamond Kings card of Sandy Alomar of the Cleveland Indians. Rob Dibble of the Cincinnati Reds. Scott Fletcher of the Chicago White Sox. Then we have Jose Lind of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Lou Whitaker of the Detroit Tigers. First time we called him today. Then we have Kevin Romine of the Boston Red Sox. And last card in today's break is a Diamond Kings card of Matt Williams of the San Francisco Giants. So that does complete the break. I want to thank you guys for being here. I'll get your cards out in the mail and post positive feedback. Don't forget, there is no mail delivery tomorrow. So these will go out first thing Tuesday morning. We did not pull any Elite Series or Legend Series inserts, unfortunately. But say those are hard to pull. That's why they're worth so much money when you do pull them. Hopefully next time we will. Anyways, we did pull one Juan Gonzalez rookie card, which was nice. It's too bad we didn't pull more out of 540 cards, but you never know. Anyways, here is the bonus card we gave away to Space Warp 4 for simply owning the most teams outright. And it is by Leaf Lumber. It's actually called Game Used Lumber. Of course, that means it's a game used bat of Roberto Alomar. Again, I think that's his Toronto Blue Jays jersey. He played for several different teams. And you can see the serial number right there, number 1 of 40 made. First one. So congratulations. Pretty thick card too. Just so you see there. So this will be coming in the mail for you Tuesday morning. So look for it. Again, I want to thank you guys. Tim, thanks for letting me just sort there. So you don't know how much time that actually saves me. But like I said, anytime you don't want me to do that, that's fine too. So thanks again, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you win anything tomorrow night, our 2022 Chronicles Baseball, we will be breaking it at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That would be Tuesday morning. So look for that. Also Tuesday night, for the first time ever, we do have a 3-box break of 2023 Topps Heritage Baseball, celebrating the 1974 Topps design. Never opened it before, so don't know exactly what to expect. And then we've got other things. Oh, and in fact, I just have one box here. Later this week, I can't remember what day, we do have this box. We only have one box. It is 30 years old. I'm sorry, I can't count. 20 years old. 2005 Donruss Team Heroes of Baseball. As you can see right here, one randomly inserted Team Heroes autograph per box. But those come one out of every 18 packs. There's 24 packs here. So every third box will have 2 autographs in it. And we're hoping this is like the third box that'll have 2. So guaranteed 1, possibly 2. And anyways, it's the only box we have. So you got a one-time shot of getting in. It's almost impossible to find those boxes unopened. So this is the only one we've ever had. So anyways, that's it. Thanks, guys. Hiccups again. Enjoy your weekend, and I hope to see you guys later. Take care.